Imagine a boy born in a rough neighborhood in Houston, Texas, one of 7 siblings in a Mexican-American family. This is the beginning of Carlos Coy's story. Born in 1970, Carlos grew up in the raw and unfiltered world of South Park, Houston, a place known for its hard streets and tougher inhabitants. School was a challenge, but not for the usual reasons. The environment outside the classroom, filled with graffiti, gangs, and the gritty realities of life, was far more captivating for young Carlos. He was drawn not to textbooks, but to the rhythm of the streets, the pulse of life that throbbed in the veins of his neighborhood. In the midst of these challenges, Carlos discovered an escape route. He found his voice in music. This wasn't just a hobby, but a lifeline, a means of expressing his inner thoughts and emotions. And so, in the midst of hardship and struggle, Carlos Coy began his transformation into South Park Mexican. In his early years, Carlos Coy, the boy from South Park, started to transform into South Park Mexican, the rapper. This transformation was far from an overnight success. It was a journey marred by struggles, but also filled with resilience and determination. His music, raw and unfiltered, became a reflection of his life, his experiences, his struggles. It was as if he was painting a vivid picture of life in South Park, with his lyrics, a narrative that many could relate to. His music didn't just entertain, it resonated. It spoke to people, became a voice for the unheard, a beacon of hope for those navigating through life's rough terrains. This music, born from the heart of South Park, became Carlos's identity. It became South Park Mexican. And through this identity, through this music that echoed the pulse of the streets, Carlos began to rise above the challenges of his early life. In the mid-90s, Carlos Coy transformed into South Park Mexican, a name that would soon echo in the streets of Houston and beyond. Music became his escape, his expression, and his calling. He took the raw energy of his experiences and spun them into rhymes, creating a sound that was as gritty as the streets he hailed from. In 1995, Coy released his first album, Hillwood. This wasn't just another album on the shelves, it was a testament to his survival and resilience. A narrative of his life on the streets of South Park, a neighborhood in Houston, Texas. The album was raw, filled with Coy's experiences and observations, and it resonated with many. But Coy's ambition didn't stop at creating music. He wanted to create a platform for voices like his, voices that were often overlooked and unheard. And so Dope House Records was born. This independent label, founded by Coy, became the home for many local artists who shared his experiences and his vision. Under Dope House Records, Coy, now known as South Park Mexican, released a series of successful albums. These weren't just collections of songs, they were anthologies of life in the streets, of struggle, survival, and hope. His music transcended the borders of Texas, reaching listeners nationwide. His raw lyrics, combined with his authentic storytelling, struck a chord with many, making him a household name in the world of hip-hop. His story is a testament to the power of music, its ability to transform lives, and the consequences of the choices we make along the way. From the streets of South Park, Houston, to the pinnacle of the music industry, Coy's journey was a testament to his resilience and the power of his music. His rise in the industry was not just a personal victory, but an inspiration to many who could relate to his experiences, his struggles, and his triumphs. His music transcended the borders of Texas, reaching listeners nationwide and making him a household name in the world of hip-hop. While Carlos, now known as South Park Mexican, was climbing the music charts, his personal life was riddled with challenges. His rise to stardom was far from smooth. The fame and fortune that came with his music success were often overshadowed by a controversial lifestyle and a series of legal troubles. Carlos had managed to transition from the streets of South Park to stardom, but the same streets that inspired his music also proved to be a source of struggle. His troubled past caught up with him, and his personal life became a battleground, making headlines more often than his music. His legal woes cast a shadow over his accomplishments, causing the industry and fans alike to question his character. Despite the turmoil, Carlos remained resilient, using music as his lifeline, pouring his struggles into his lyrics, making them even more raw and relatable. SPM's story is a testament to the power of music, its ability to transform lives, and the consequences of the choices we make along the way.